Dell Precision, I have a mission for you. You must find a Dell called Optiplex Prime.
I am here for you.
Give him this key, and show him our ways. We must rescue the Dells.
Wait.
Come with me.
It is your time.
You must do this mission alone. Teach Optiplex Prime how to become a gaming PC. And share the power with all the Dell computers. My time here is done. I'm trusting you.
I accept your mission. I will help all the Dells perform to the maximum. XPS, Inspiron, Precision, Optiplex. Time to upgrade. Dell computers, maximize.
12 years ago, this Dell Precision was over $1,000. Now it's considered trash. What can we do with it? Well, let's talk about it. So here it is, the Dell T3600 Precision, which will be turned into Precision Primal, similar to my Optiplex Prime build, but not necessarily for games. This will be upgraded just for work, I guess. I keep saying it's for work, but I don't know what that means exactly. And I mentioned it a couple times before, I am going to get into 3D printing. And so what I'm going to do with this guy is use it for making files. So it will be a work computer, and it won't be on very much, only whenever I decide to sit down and create some files, then I would use this. And it's kind of like, you know, when you would go to work and you have to use the work computer and it's boring and there's nothing else you can do with it. The problem that some people have is when they upgrade their home computer with the GPU and all that, they end up having this urge to play games instead of working. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. We did already take a look at this a little bit, but this is now just going to be about this computer. This is the introduction. So this is a Dell 3600. It has an Intel Xeon 4-core processor, which is the lower end one. I paid $20 for it, and it came with a Quadro K600. So let's take a look inside. Manufactured 2012. Now, if you're wondering why this looks different, the Dell Precisions that people usually post about are the 3620s that look like this, and that has the 4th gen chipset and the NVMe and all that stuff, so those are usually turned into gaming computers. This one is older, so it doesn't do as much, and it pretty much has no value. I have 2 of them, and they've been posted for 2 months now, and not even one person was interested. So let's put it on its side and check it out. So there's the Xeon. There's 3 fans right here in the front that blow air this way. And there's the K600. Let's see if we can take that out. Okay. It's out. There is a newer version of this, which is the same sort of system. I'll put the model number right here. And the only difference I found is it's the exact same tower and everything, but the newer one has these channels that go over the memory because the fans are under here, so the air cools the memory. Other than that, I don't know what the difference is. I think it supports more processors. So this is 4-core. You can put 6-core. There's really not a lot of options. This is equivalent to a 2nd gen i5 or i7. So my plan is this so far. I got 2 of these. Quadro K2000. This supports up to a Quadro K4000, but I haven't found those yet. This card is actually brand new. This was in the GPU series. I was the first person to open the bag, and I have 2 of these. So I was gonna put 2 in here. Why would I put 2 in? I have no idea, just to be funny, but this actually has 2 full X16 lanes. Then my other idea was to take the Tesla that I was playing with, put that in here. I don't even know if it fits. Yeah, it fits. So you could have the Tesla in there and a card like this. So that's another idea. I'm not sure how the software actually works, how much, if it uses actual GPU power or not. The guy that told me about it, the software is Blender, said it's actually more CPU intensive, so probably don't need GPUs. I thought this would be funny to have these guys in here. See if they fit. I'm not actually gonna put these in here, but I want to take a picture of it just for fun. How can I get it? I gotta take it. I mean, it would be funny to put SLI cards in here and make a gaming PC like that, but I can only imagine the heat that this would create. Get in there. Very good. How does that strike you? It looks a lot better now, huh? So these have, yeah, I mean, you could do SLI. I'm not sure though, because there's one power connection for the graphics under here. So if you take this out, there's an 8-pin. And there's a cable you can buy. It's an adapter that goes from 8-pin to dual 8-pin. So male to male. But I'm not sure what the limit is of this port right here, because you would need, in order to run 2 of these, you would need 400 watts to come just from that part. And I don't think that is a good idea. So I'll have to look that up. And then you have this. The power supply is hot swappable. This one's 425. I thought it was 600 watt though. So yeah, you can't really, they did come with a 600 watt at some point. Maybe the other one has it. Hold on a second. Okay, we're back. So yeah, this is the, I was looking at the wrong tower because I have 2. So there's a 635 watt. It's interesting there's more connections on this one. But they're identical towers as far as I can tell. So we'll have to see what that connector can support. If it'll support 400, I mean, I guess you could take a couple of SATAs, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I just wanted to see how this looks in here. The heat would be insane. But yeah, since I have the two Quadro K4000s, I think I'll put 2 of those in there. And the second tower is for sale, but nobody wants it. So the plan with that is, there's a guy that I talked to. I don't know if I mentioned it before. He's being sponsored by Nvidia to build a robot out of old PC parts. And so he said he's gonna buy this case, the other one, and he said I can keep all the parts that are in it, so I can keep the motherboard and the power supply. And he's just gonna take the case and use that as part of the display. Just something that looks, you know, vintage, so that's cool. I'll post about that whenever that's done. And then we'll have to find whatever the best processor is that we can put in here. And then someday, if I find the newer version of this model, the other Precision, it'll be good because it's the exact same thing. I can just take my parts and put them in there. And then for the first time, I'm gonna run actual hard drives. So I have 2 1 terabyte hard drives that I should put here, because in that case, there's really no reason to have SSD. For me, the SSD will just be a boot drive, but as far as just storing the files, hopefully 2 gigabytes is enough. I kind of want to do a RAID, but I don't think that's practical. But I'm kind of curious, see how it has the GPU brackets here. I wonder what other GPU options there were back then. If anybody's had one of these before, please let me know. And I'm gonna keep the DVD drive because I don't know what else I would put there. It may not necessarily be on all the time. I'm just gonna use the SATA connection to run the SSD, and it'll be under here probably somewhere. And yeah, so that's Dell Precision Primal, a new addition to the lineup of the Autobot based Dell computers. If you have any ideas on what you would do with this if it was basically free, let me know. Until then, optimize.